Hi. One of the most powerful yet least used tools we have available is mediation. Sadly, people don't always get along together. This is a particular problem at work where success of the organization or our department depends on cooperation. Now, people don't generally go out of their way to irritate each other. But we all see the world in slightly different ways, and we have our own ways of making things happen and our own sense of what's important. If we have to work or live with somebody who is not like us, relationships can be strained, even if we both really do want things to go well.
Here's Paul. Paul works really hard because he wants to do a great job. He stays late every evening to make sure he's done everything which has been asked of him. This has gradually made him tired and stressed, and resentful that his boss, Sarah, doesn't seem to appreciate the effort he puts in. Here's Sarah. She's started getting impatient with Paul because her department has a high volume of work to complete, and she really doesn't think Paul is doing his share. Paul's job is to answer IT queries, which could mostly be done with a quick call. Instead, Paul seems to write endless long emails. Sarah has tried encouraging Paul to get on the phone instead, but Paul thinks his customers value having a written answer which they can refer to later. Their relationship is slowly getting worse, and HR have suggested they try mediation.
Mediation, can you explain?
Here's a mediator. He's a neutral facilitator, impartial, and from outside the workplace, so he doesn't have any other agenda. He will have a separate one-to-one chat with each of Paul and Sarah to understand how they see the situation. If things are complicated, the mediator may have several separate talks to fully appreciate how each person really feels. There is nearly always some common ground on which both can agree, so the mediator will identify that and eventually ask if the three of them can meet together. The purpose of mediation is really about helping the people involved to have a useful conversation. They can be honest about their feelings, yet be willing to see things from the other's perspective too. So my job is to help by creating the safe space in which people can be honest, whilst also helping them reach agreement on how they would like things to be in future.
But does it really work?
Yes, most of the time mediation is successful. Two things are needed. First, each person still has a reason to be there, and that's nearly always true. Second, both are willing to focus positively on the future. Then mediation has a great success rate.
We've already been through a grievance process though.
Mediation can still work. Of course, the earlier two people have the opportunity to do that, less is the likelihood of them mistrusting or damaging each other. Mediation works best if done sooner rather than as a last resort.
Okay, but who will you tell? What records will you keep?
Part of the mediator's job is to maintain total confidentiality, so no records are made of the discussions. Everyone can speak freely. Once you've reached agreement, there'll be a short written record of what you've agreed, just as a reminder for you going forwards.
But is our situation the kind of thing that mediation can sort out?
Any situation where relationships are strained usually benefits from mediation. It's a pity it isn't used more often. By the way, it's always voluntary. No one can force you to do it. But if you're willing to try it, you have the opportunity to decide how you want the outcome to be without someone else eventually deciding for you. So, Sarah and Paul, do you want to give it a go?
Well, we've tried most other things, and I'm not happy the way things are.
I do want to enjoy my job again, and there's nothing to lose, is there?
Well, we went ahead with the mediation. During the morning, I had a couple of talks with each of Paul and Sarah. At first, Sarah got angry and Paul was upset. But by the afternoon, they felt ready to talk honestly with me present, and we were able to agree some simple changes they would make in the way that they work together in future. This is such an underused technique, can save you thousands in poor motivation and lost productivity. So if you'd like some help, please do get in touch.